Hey guys, welcome to another Musa Obed Podcast conversation. This time I'm talking with some of my favorite guys. I'm talking with Prince, Nesochi and Ope and Prince. This conversation is about secondary school. So you might understand it more if you have a boarding school experience, especially a boarding school experience in Nigeria. If you don't really understand it, I think a lot of things are explained in such a way that you actually get the conversation. But in anyways, this conversation, please take it very, very, very um like gently. It's not that deep, honestly. It's not that deep. It can be taken out of context and it can lead to a lot of problems. But honestly, it's not that deep. I think at the end of the day, as we said in the podcast, everything led to the good. Everything led for the good. Without further ado, though, we are going to be talking about clearing. Clearing, we will explain as we'll be explaining in the podcast, was something that happened, in our boarding school, in our boarding secondary school, and it is important that I think we had a conversation about it just because of, I would say, the impact. Like honestly, the impact it had on some people's lives, and some people's ability to actually like eat food in school. Sha, I'll leave you with the podcast now. I hope you enjoy it. And do not forget to, like this episode on Spotify and also share it to other people, as well as listen to all my other episodes. This podcast is being managed by What's Podcasting. Check the link in the description to find out more. So, hello everybody. Welcome to another conversation on the Musa Obed Podcast. Today we are going to talk about clearing. And Nesochi is here, Nesochi Mobolu, Prince Uche is here, and Ope Binaye is here. Before we start, please, who would like to define clearing for people that will be like, what the hell is clearing?
All right. Let me go. Hope I'm audible enough.
We can hear you.
All right. So for everybody listening, my name is Mogbolu Nesochi Emmanuel. Um, Bringing clearing into perspective, I think one keyword is important, and especially in a society where there's a lot of relativity of terms, it's important to know that clearing is nothing short of stealing, because stealing is taking does not belong to you. So in secondary school, then,
God.
um,
What the hell, bro? What?
Wait, wait. You are not. You have no right to define clearing because you did prefect table. All of them are the chow well.
like you
No,
said,
no,
Chow
that's-
well.
like
Nesochi is talking
You are not the peasants.
from such a privileged position.
Privileged person they talk. I no agree. Now, like it's like saying Tinubu go talk. How is suffering Nigeria? I say no. There's plenty to eat. There's abado. There's which kind of rubbish be that?
You know what?
Person be president.
Prince.
Talk to peasants.
Prince, let's allow the guy to finish. Let him land first. Nesochi land. I just want to see where you want to land. Land first.
okay, no, what I'm saying is that I just wanted to, for clarity's sake, so that because there are some secondary school students that may pick this up one time and be thinking that it's okay, it's not okay to steal. But those are some of the things that we did to get by, some of the things that we did to survive the harsh climate of being a border, while trying to, balance the desire to be well fed as a growing teenager and adolescent. So clearing, in simple terms, is, or let me give it a kind of secondary school explanation. So then, they used to keep foods on the table ahead. For instance, if lunch is 2 p.m., by like 1:30, 1:45, there'll be coolers already on the table. Now, those of us whose stomach at that time had already begun to enlarge, and we realized that the regular sharing, because it was 10 to a table and it's just a cooler, so the regular sharing would not work. And at the same time, it was also a case of first come, first serve. So the person that comes first, more often than not, is the one that will get the most of the food, unless the table is extremely balanced. And I don't think we ever had that. So was just that kind of situation where food is already kept at an early stage.
Havana.
And some individuals,
I'll
some
bet you.
fellows.
This privileged man is defining clearing for us. Just let him land, please.
So some people will just come and take out of the tables. So for instance, now I think the most iconic thing about clearing was when they used to sign on paper and keep it inside the cooler. So you could just be coming back from a very, very
God, I even forgot about that. Prince, can you remember?
I invented it.
Yeah, you invented it.
So you could just be coming back from your hectic day, and then you just open your cooler, and instead of seeing food, you see a paper saying that the bedu with that, for instance. And I think it changed a lot of things. First of all, it changed people's response time to meal seasons in school. Because sometimes if lunch is by 2, we'll be streaming by 2:30, 2:45. But knowing fully well that you may get there and instead of meeting a cooler of jollof rice, you meet a piece of paper with Nadigbedu with that, be that, and a smiley. A lot of people started coming ahead of time. So it was just like a mafia system. And honestly, it was one of the highlights of secondary school.
Nesochi, at this point.
Nesochi and Baku. Nesochi and Baku.
At this point,
that matter will never finish. You must pay, give us to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, oh guy. Don't they do like that? You think I go forget? Bro, I worked. Give me my money, man.
Okay, you're saying
I'll
what
go
you're
carry
saying
book for you. I'll go carry book for you. That's what you don't give. You don't give my capriccio, bro. Half carton, you just bobo me, Jesus. I mean, say Bumu, I believe you.
Half carton of Capri Sun. Do you know what carton of Capri Sun is saying right now under the dollar rates?
Guys, no, I'm just saying, like, pay what you owe now. Even if it's the old times, calculate the money and give me.
Right.
Give me the half carton of Capri
Sun. Pay him what you owe him.
I will say drink them.
We'll discuss it. We'll go into details.
Wait, guys, wait. I want to hear. So, Prince Uche, please define clearing for us, and then Ope will also define clearing, because Nesochi's definition, I don't think is a very special one. To put context, Nesochi was a chapel prefect, so that relevant context I think is important. But Prince Uche, what is clearing? Kekere.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. You asked me to define such a very important word in our lives. It's like asking me define survival. How can one put words together for something that is essential for survival? Please. Can you define survival, Musa?
Whatever it takes to not die.
Not whatever it takes, whatever is necessary. Because whatever it takes makes you sound like you're going to the dark side. Whatever is necessary is let you know that you're going to the only available side. One thing I will say with a very straight face is that if clearing wasn't there, some of us wouldn't have been with us today. So we have to give honor to where honor is due. And that is my definition for clearing. Thank you.
Ope and Prince, wait to be your definition of clearing, I beg.
Yeah, for me, the clearing, that year. Bro, to me, it was just like, guy, how would I be eating this? See, basically, it was just my guys on my table. Like, if you come late, you don't get food, yeah. So it was like survival of the fittest, as this guy said, as Rosiche said, like anything necessary. Because if you come and you don't see food, and the other niggas, they come and they don't see anything, you have to engage now. You know what I'm saying? Just like get your own portion that day. So like clearing is just means of survival back then in secondary school, though. Was what we had to do. Because if you don't do it, it's like killed or be killed situation, yeah. If you don't do them, they will do them to you.
It's not kill or be killed. I was John Wick that year. Because, man.
Yeah, killed or be killed situation, like you just gas. You just gas do them because who your own nigga go chop your eye.
Wait. Okay, well, I get it. I think a bit extreme, but Nesochi, what do you think about that? like the definition of clearing by Prince and Ope.
Well, talking about doing what is necessary for survival, it depends on the point of view you want to look at it. As unlearned people, then as reckless teenagers, that definition could go. But looking at it now, you know, that time we were fed 3 times a day, and to be fair, I think Fit Academy was trying. Like they tried to feed us well. And apart from that, we're required to bring provisions which should support us. So at that time, I believe that all those things were to help us understand discipline. So saying that it was necessary for survival, I don't, you know, I'm not inclined to agree with that. But if you say we thought it was necessary for survival, then I think that's a more better way of putting it.
Okay, this gist will even be sweeter like this because there are polarizing views here. But before we go forward, I think it's only me and Ope that can actually give the relevant context for when clearing actually started. Because Nesochi was in just one, then he left, then he came out as one, but Prince came as one. And Ope, just help me, I beg. But you feel like, can you remember when it actually started in just three? Can you remember?
Is it like towards I think was it like when just three, we'll come for extension before the main just three,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's when it actually started.
Yeah. And let me just
If I can recollect.
There is start. So in just
Mhm.
three, just was my worst year in Fit Academy. I absolutely hated just three for many reasons. But one of the reasons was the Sapa that held us in just three. So we entered just three. And there was extension in August. We went all the way to December, early December, we went back. And then we came back to school again around January to resume now, second term, and prepare for basic, etc. Oops, if you remember, and at that point, we been get our own hostel. That is like just trees were seniors of junior hostel. Like it was just three, just two, and just one. So we're like the seniors. Relatively, we had a lot of like freedom, blah blah blah. But ending second term around that period, like when people started going home, the hunger. See, Nesochi and Prince, the hunger that held boys in GS3 till I finished Faith Academy, I don't think I've ever experienced. Even as SS3, we don't even suffer like that. But the hunger in GS3,
SS3, at least there were still breaks. That just three was too wild. I don't even understand that thing, man. Plus, we're now doing it. What now made it worse here that we're doing it with those guys that were in SS2 entering SS3. So they're like that were in SS2. Them they did more extension than us.
yeah.
Those are the times where they'll tell us to crawl on pin. They'll do all sorts of shit to us that time, if you could remember.
It wasn't like for me, it was not necessarily about even the punishment. It's the fact that it got to a point, I think it was in third term. When we were supposed, I think it was in April, we came back for April for an extension again.
Yeah.
If I remember properly, right? And because of
Yeah,
that,
we did 2 extensions.
yeah, because of that, and when Tottenham now started, like boys went, like we were out. We were literally out of food. Like proofs finished, and we were like 100% dependent on the 3 square meal of Fit Academy. I'm not
Yeah.
joking, Nesochi and Prince. It got to a point that like guys were soaking Gary without sugar. Like you just find Gary because there was no sugar. Like sugar actually no day hostel anywhere. And guys will get them, they do hold them die. So like you were literally soaking. So that was
No,
one
but Musa, are you saying that the food that they were giving from the dining was not enough? And were you guys underfed, in your opinion? What do you
yes.
think was because of that hunger?
Like
Yes.
yes.
The food wasn't much now.
Bro, if it
How
was
would you give one piece of yam to a growing child and say you should eat and you say it's enough? Who is
Nesochi,
this? What is this guy telling me?
like
Guy, maybe you came when it was good. See, let me tell you, but did you know that the last, because my bro went to Fred Academy also, yeah? I think like when he was in SS1 or so, because he has graduated now, they were begging parents to donate to the kitchen. I don't know why they were doing that, but I think Bishop sacked the principal then though. but they were begging parents to, because they called my dad. I was at home that time, that he should donate to the kitchen. That they want to feed the children, that there's not enough. So me, I felt like when the capacity was high and they were still giving that one piece of yam to one person, it's gonna be enough now. How many yams do you want to peel?
Please, we need to reduce one piece of yam. The yam feel be like two big pen.
See,
Yeah.
like you get the yam was not now big, like it wasn't big, like one piece of yam and it's small.
Or pen, 2 biro.
Then you say you're doing fish, you say you're doing fish stew, yeah? You say you're doing fish stew. Then inside the whole stew for one pot, you just see one tie small, like this, one piece of, you just see one like small piece of let's say like sardine size inside for 10 people to share, and that is fish stew.
If you actually
Bro, the
divide that,
food and the yam is now hard again, like you get. See, like,
If you
it wasn't proper on Nesochi, I swear. No, don't worry, like we suffered. And it was extension again, so they were doing it anyhow. So do you feel like the food wasn't even enough? Like
But
we're not planning on people to be on, yeah?
let me put context to it, right? Because I think the position Nesochi is coming from is that, yeah, we're fed 3 times a day. Like, yes, in the sense of we're fed 3 times a day, but let me explain what was happening in just 3. They were drilling us. So I don't know why, but for some reason, Mr. Evans and the management team were really focused on, just like in SS3 now, how they wanted our set. Like they were drilling our set because they believed our sets, break many records, blah, blah, blah. In just 3, Nesochi, the work we did in SS3, I don't even think I'm not exaggerating.
It's not up to.
It's not up to probably like 75% of how we're drilled in just 3. Literally,
No.
Nesochi, we are writing mock every single day at the period.
Bro, every night,
day.
every night to writing mock.
And we were correcting it though. It's not like we write mock and then you're done. You write the mock and then we had to. Everybody was like in the big like the library in the school, and then you had
that library downstairs, yeah.
In the night.
Then the teacher will come, man. I think you will exchange with your colleague to mark, yeah.
Yes, now
when they call the answers or no.
Yeah, and it's just 3, like everybody
was
in course. So it's not like, somebody's in Atos. Everybody was doing the same thing. The whole 14 subjects, everybody was doing the same thing. So our brains were leaving hosted by like 6:30. Literally, they were chasing us. We're not staying to 7 o'clock. And at that point, breakfast was in the morning. It was not after what do you call it, assembly. It was before assembly. So it was like 7:30 or something like that. So imagine eating 7:30, lunch is 2:30, and dinner is by 7 thereabouts, like after prep. Guy, plus the mental work that we're going through. Like our brain was using more capacity than the food and nutrients they were giving us. So guys were running nearly mad. And that was when like cleaning actually started, because people now started really going very, very early to dining because they needed to eat. And as a result, right, guys now started inventing, okay, what if we actually start opening other people's own, other people's cooler? Which of course, guy, there's actually, as you explained, like from now looking at it back, like obviously that was bad. Like it don't make sense at all. But the condition, bro, like the condition.
Back then.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see like the stuff now. I'm beginning to get the picture.
So, but because
once you come late, yeah, since everyone was having that mentality, you have to go early, you have to get food, and the food is not now enough normally because it's like little portions they give. And since someone is hungry, we take like what is quite enough for him. So once you come, you don't get food, you look to the next table, get food from there. So it was just like, it was this kind of survival mentality that they like unknowingly, but they like imbued it in us, because you need not like miss it, because you know what you're going to go through, and you need that food, you need that sustenance, like to do what you need to do, like the day's work and all. Like after prep, we'll eat. After eating, we're going to go and write more. And there's nothing to eat again. Like provisions were finished. Like so, to the next day, the next morning, you'll be looking forward to that breakfast. Like you'll be anticipating it. Like you have to get it. You can't miss it. So you should understand where we say like it was like a means of survival. Like if you don't, like, and girls hard, because obviously girls always have excess. So it was within we boys. Like so, you feel what I was saying? It was just that mentality. Like guy, you don't have provision. You know if you go thief now, so you go chop.
Where
And that
what?
time they don't give
Guys no
extra.
get anything Ope. Like for just 3.
Like
Wait,
guys,
what
Nothing
is
will
nobody
wait.
had.
Nothing dey. Nothing actually dey, guy. I'm telling you guys, and okay, make I even explain now. The Gary way guys they soak without sugar, now because the Gary they actually come from dining. Nobody say like, oh, people get
Yeah,
leftover
because there
Gary.
used to be sugar
If
inside
they
the Gary
carry
dining.
at that point, they put the Gary inside like container, plastic, plastic.
Yeah, one big container.
Exactly.
You can't
Where guys start to that's when
so guys they
they
pass
soak it with
plenty.
7 spoon. If you remember our pair, we the soak with 7 spoon.
Yeah.
Like, so we go
guys,
Gary go
taking
back
back,
hostel
man.
night. If you miss one meal, you're gone.
Oh,
Because by the time they task
guy, I
your
see
meal,
you're gone. No worry. Like you don't miss meals, man. They don't need to beg you. They got to a point they don't even chase us anymore, so because like you can't miss it. It's not just possible.
So,
It's not possible. And then again, the time again to now eat is not enough. So you have to come like really early, rush the food, then move again. The calories you even burn while rushing out again to go to do another thing. See, so, like, if that those extension times, those periods were really like stressful though.
My
It
guy
was
said
really, really stressful.
what do you talk, Prince?
I said my guy said the calories we burn.
Jesus is Lord.
I don't mess up.
Oh my God.
Nesochi, guy, you are one of the people that
talk.
Fit Academy. You thought, yeah, God, you tear.
Oh yeah, that's all, I just remembered that now when he said it.
This is the context. Now let's actually go to SS class, which is like more relevant for the 4 of us. Guys, like in senior secondary school, what was your first memory of clearing? Like, what was one day that you cleared that it can stay in your head?
No, it can't be one day. Like I can even do documentary on this thing. So now entering in SS1, a young man like me that has voyaged across like 9 different schools before then. So I know my game now, you feel me? And my game is cafeteria. You eat cafeteria portions. You eat cafeteria food. Nothing prepared me for the barbaric nature of UGS 3 boys that just graduated from junior secondary school. So I pulled up now. The first set of tables were dog shits, but it wasn't bad. Then they moved us to the other side of dining. That side that is facing girls' Odos there, remember? I think that was in SS1.
Yeah.
Then something interesting happened. Who did my table? Me, Okocha, Edachi, Etchu, and some other interesting individuals that I can't remember, right? And so that is when they started the cooler system, like proper cooler system for everything. I know that the whole clearing started mainly, like the wide clearing started with fish during inter-sports period in second term, if I remember.
Guy.
The started. Okay. Let me introduce how an innocent man like me can come and take over a field. I first came, everything was good. So usually now, as a cool boy, you cannot come to cafeteria first. You have to come like 4th out of 10 people. So I know that you're hungry, but you're not that hungry, you feel me?
Okay, sorry to go too short. You try and use dining hall. This cafeteria you're saying is printing another picture.
As in, bro, I was even wondering like, what the hell is cafeteria?
Waiting. See, life has changed me. Things have changed in my mouth. Okay, dining hall. Isn't cafeteria easier to say? Anyway, so man pulled up now and
I guess things have changed.
come around 4th. I'm telling you, coming in SS1, that time, we're all on the same area. Me, Toka, Joe, just a couple of us. So when they spread us out into the wild, then I'll be coming around 4th now, based on I don't want to overdo. But then whoever comes first, go they do us nonsense. They go they shout military rule. They go only 4 people go chop food. Let's all go collect plates. I say no wahala. I know say provision see they campaign now, like Nesochi said, provision is to sustain us until they clear you. That's when I knew I was in Blue House. Then you will now come, you now see these niggas doing this nonsense. Then the few times I come first, they're like, democracy, hey, government for the people who divide food. I'll come 4th. Military rule. I said, oh yeah, and I may be bonfu. So So due to conditions, I think it was end of first term that every time we're done
First
with
time
school,
when? Which class?
first term is one now. End of first term is one. All of us could just chill for
Okay.
like 1 or 2 weeks. They wait for Christmas service and results. We know they do anything with their life. You get now. So as people they chill for technical class, they chill for the me I go they chill close to cafe. And then now when I start to see the early heavy hitters, them noddy them. All of us
Yeah, I swear, like, bro, me self, I know to get body like that, but guy, I don't know where that food dey go.
they go in fun. The thing they go in mind, understanding of things. Anyway, that time, let's not talk about the fish incidences, but the origin of paper was one beautiful day. The perfect time to clear is there was a day we eat rice in the afternoon after school.
That's
It wasn't
fair.
Friday. It was Friday, was jollof. There was a day we eat rice and stew. You know, on Monday, one beautiful day like that. After a stressful day.
Monday morning now.
No, that is Monday. There's an afternoon for my memory, Sha.
No, there was no afternoon. See, the afternoon
that we eat rice. The afternoon we eat rice is only Sundays now.
is
Now
only
the boss man.
Sunday and
We eat
Friday.
rice. I think we eat rice in the night. We eat rice in the night on Tuesdays.
I think remember these things. Sha, that day, I know say we pull up early now.
Yeah,
Me,
chill. Make I even like let's try and like actually everybody, oh yeah, help me. What was actually the menu? I know like Monday morning was rice and stew, abi. The Monday
rice and
afternoon
stew.
was swallow.
Afternoon, Eba was swallow and either ogbono was it egusi. The night, I think night was spag or was it beans?
No, spag I think was Thursday. I think Monday was it not?
Was beans.
Was it on moi moi?